Hi, my friends and viewers that actually watch my YouTube videos on this channel. I have been having Havana Syndrome issues today. They've been making me have fatigue and headaches. And also they've been hypnotizing me and saying real nasty shit to me. I'm sick and tired of all of this, but they're not stopping. I had to go out in the woods today to get away from the Havana Syndrome. When I went up into the woods today, my headaches and fatigue and everything that I was experiencing inside my house went away. Completely away. I felt better out there than I did in here. Evidently there's something in my house, or I'm most likely being hit with a direct energy weapon today that was giving me Havana Syndrome symptoms. And while I was feeling fatigue and having headaches, I was being hypnotized with remote neuromonitoring, EEG heterogeneous effect telepathy that was putting negative thoughts in my head about shit and talking shit to me. And they were talking a little bit of shit to me when I was in the woods today, but not as much as they were in my own home, because the trees block their signals a little bit. I get signal reception up there in the woods, and I use the signal reception to identify some mushrooms that I found out there. I'm going to show you the mushrooms I found outside. They're in the kitchen. Oh, I gotta shut the door because I don't want the damn dumb ass dog, because I don't like dogs going in my room. And I got to reluctantly let the dog in because it's about to fucking rain. Be right back and let the damn mud in. I'm going to show you my mushrooms now that I found. And there's the mushrooms that somebody else found for me. I want to put them on the other side of this cutting board. I want to show you my first ones. These are two types of milk cap mushrooms that I found. These are all edible mushrooms that I found. This is called a weeping milk cap. Then there's a saffron milk cap. It's saffron all over. That's why it's called saffron milk cap, because it's all saffron. There's a shit ton of them out in the woods. Now I'm going to put these mushrooms up in the bag. That's how many of them I found. This big ass motherfucker right here. This big saffron mushroom. Get it out of the package. That's real pretty. It looks like cinnamon mushroom. I ate this today with my meal. They smell like fish, but when you cook them, they taste like nuts. Oh God, just knocked something over back in there. Pickles. Then I'm going to show you these ones right here. These are Berkeley's Polypore, or Bondi Zoea. Is that Bondi Zoea? No. Those are chanterelle mushrooms. These are Bondi Zoea, Berkeley's Polypore mushrooms. I cut these ones up in strips to make them like noodles and strips that I can use for noodles and strips. I call them noodle strips. Or pasta strips. And here's another mushroom. These are for chicken nuggets. Make them into chicken or beef. Something like that. Or steak. Make them into steak. They're supposed to be like tofu. They taste like tofu and you can use them like tofu. That's how many of the steak Bondi Zoea I have, or Berkeley's Polypore, that I cut into steaks and are supposed to be like steaks or meat substitutes in there when it comes to like chicken nuggets or pork substitute. Here's the strips, noodle strips, or strip noodles. I made all these ones. Now we'll put these ones in here, back in here. Then the chanterelles. Large ass chanterelle mushrooms that I found in the woods. And that's how many of them are in there. I found. I'm going to freeze some of them and keep them for winter time in order for me to have good mushroom seed in the winter. Then somebody got me these chanterelles right here. These are the ones I want to keep for the winter time. I want to freeze some of these up, dehydrate some of them, save them for winter time. That way I'm prepared. I have a lot of variety of mushrooms I can eat. Here is what is called lilac bullet, and it's a cousin to the porcini mushroom. Lilac bullets. It's called a lilac bullet because it has lilac stuff on it. I've been eating these mushrooms. They taste like hamburger. These are violet gray bullets, I think, instead of lilac bullets. But the people say you shouldn't eat them because they're bitter. But I've been eating them and I wasn't suffering any problems when I ate them, though. They're nice, I think. They're not too bitter. I can handle them. They actually taste really sweet and nutty to me unless I just like better food to the point I gotten used to it. On the internet it says the reason why they're inedible is because they're bitter, but to me they don't taste bitter, they taste good. Maybe my taste buds are just built differently than other people's. Because they don't make me gag or anything. I like them. And they're a real pretty mushroom as well. Unless that's not a violet gray and it's actually a lilac palette. I need to clean my board up. Then I'm going to show you some things I made with the stuff that I've been growing in my garden. This is a Thai recipe that I put avocados in. It's called Mayak avocado, and here's the sauce. It's made out of stuff that I got from both the store and the stuff in my garden. The tomatoes came from the garden, and the peppers came from the garden. It tastes good. And here's some cheese sauce that I made with vegan mayonnaise and blue cheese, and Worcestershire sauce for hamburgers. I'm just trying to think about what I'm going to be showing you again or showing you new. I guess I'll do the laundry while I'm making this video. Now I can't do both at the same time. And my mom and my brother are going to get home soon. In 30 to an hour, 30 minutes to an hour, 35 minutes to an hour, 15 minutes. Well, I expect they're going to get home sooner than that. I'm going to show you my garden outside. Squash plant, Thai peppers, Thai hot pepper, tomatoes, roses, green beans, peppers, green peppers, spicy peppers are going right there. More squash. And some scallions. Green onions are growing in the garden too. Then I got blackberries as well growing right here. Growing up some ones wisteria. There's my herb garden growing right there. I'm growing some King's Bullet porcini mushrooms around that Cherokee tree and up the woods. I get my mushrooms across the road right there to eat them. Found a lot of mushrooms that I can eat across that part of the woods. I found Old Man of the Woods on the side of the road right there. Weeping, Milk Cap, a lot of stuff. I gotta go inside, it's gonna rain soon. Now it's just about everything I needed to show you. Go in my room, continue talking to you in my room. I had a good dinner today. I cooked a nice, healthy dinner from the mushrooms I found up in the woods. And some things that grew in my garden, like the tomatoes. I'm going to be showing you what I've been listening to and watching lately.
It basically, feeds all of the rivers that are going to flow off of this plateau. And that's why, Three Gorges Dam, that's why the Brahmaputra, that's why the fighting with India. So there's literally water wars going on between India and China right now over all this weather modification activity. When I spoke to James Roger Fleming, who's, one of the most prominent historians on weather modification, he said that weather modification on the scale that China was doing could classify as geoengineering, as something so large that it actually alters all weather on the planet. And then when you think about their budget plus the size of this thing, that's where we're talking about something where you're blurring the lines between weather modification and geoengineering. Because
Jim Lee doesn't understand that the only way we're going to stop geoengineering, and along with this guy called Augustus Dorico, is if we go to the White House, at least 1,000 of us with guns, and go to our senators and governors and tell them if they do not stop geoengineering, we'll kill them. We need to get our government at gunpoint. Every senator, mayor, president, governor, senator, president, and head of all the agencies, all of it, the heads of every agency, and we need to put a gun up to their heads, a big ass gun, and tell them if they don't stop geoengineering, weather modification will just fucking kill them. Because they're traitors that don't want to comply. That's what they're saying to us, that they're not going to tell us the damn truth and stop it. Also, Jim Lee doesn't get Dane Whittington's point. I'm just real pissed off right now and a little wore out for me out in the woods, which is making me not be able to collect my words very thoroughly and efficiently. Dane Whittington got the point that we should use the word chemtrail. We don't have to feel bad or unprofessional about using the word chemtrail. You used to think the other way around with Jim Lee, and that we should use the government's terms. But then again, the government serves we the people of the United States of America, and therefore they should use the same vernacular and jargon we use. They should use the same exact terms that we use for everything. Meaning, No using words such as aerosol, stratospheric. No using the word stratospheric aerosol injection or atmospheric aerosol injections. When your people just want to have a good talk with you and want to be taken seriously by you, a government, a fucking government, you should just use the same words that your people do. You need to respect and represent your people's language, your people's terms that they actually use in day-to-day life in order for you to actually represent and respect your people at all. If the government doesn't want to use the same words that we use, then that means they're acting as an entirely different country with an entirely different language. And that means we need to abolish and secede from our own country's government because it's not representing us. But through our own language, our own rules and our own words, and words are in themselves are rules because you can make rules out of words. And words are rules because when you have a language, you have to say it a certain way when it comes to phonetics, and you have to write it in a certain way when it comes to symbols in order to be considered legible. The government's not legible towards us. It's not that we're unlegible towards the government. The government has to represent and respect everything we say and do as its people. That means it has to make itself legible to us. It has to make itself be respected by us. It has to do everything that we the people of the United States of America, the preamble of the United States Constitution says, it has to do everything we want it to do. Everyone in government has to do what we, the people, want them to do. I'm sick and tired of it. The government just needs to use the fucking word chemtrail and get the fuck over it. Because that's what we decide to call the shit they're spraying in the sky. That's what we decide to use. We decide to use those words. And we the people have the right to use our own language, to have our own language as a country. And we have the right to have our own country's government represent the words that we actually say. It's representation with no vernacular, or vernacular with no representation. It's a disconnect, discommunication, a fucking communication issue between us the people, or we the people. I just call it us the people of the United States of America, and our government, the United States government, or the government of the United States of America. I just wish these fucking shit sticks in the government would fucking use the same language that we use and stop acting like bullies, holier than thou, royal pain in the asses who think that they don't have the noblesse oblige to do good for their people. Assholes. Oh, and also I have something else on Facebook to show you, my fellow target individuals that watch this YouTube channel of mine. This guy is telling me about a fucking grant Don't fall for these deep fakes on Facebook. They're making deep fakes of us fucking targeted individuals because there's so many of us now, evidently, that they're making deep fakes of us to destroy the targeted individual community. The government is not going to give you grants, my fellow targeted individuals, if you're on SSI like me. And read what I told this guy. Oh, okay, I'll read it to you. No, my friend Tara told me that grants are a scam, and I'm already on government assistance called SSI due to my disability status. The government doesn't give grants to people on SSI because SSI in of itself is a grant. I don't want the government to think I am an illegal immigrant or criminal trying to take advantage of the system, because there's a lot of them out there, even when Trump is in the White House calling the shots. The Trump and his in this government administration, I should have said Trump and his government administration have been mean assholes and paranoid. I don't want the government giving me meanness and being paranoid about me because I'm already being tortured and going through shit as a targeted individual as is. And being a targeted individual, I'm already being targeted by the government, the deep state, shadow government, and the Elohim Anunnaki extraterrestrials that they work with. I gotta delete him or block him or something. No, cancel. I want to just block the damn guy. This guy is not Ed Hard. This guy is not Ed Hard Roprecht. This guy should know better. Then I want to delete the fucker. And this was in the middle of the day. This thing is. And my friend Tara, I asked her about this. She said, nope, this guy's an imposter. Don't be so trusting with motherfuckers on Facebook. I was just seeing if there was something that I could show you. There was a notification that would remind me or be something that I can show you. Okay, I already talked about him. Oh, I'm going to be right here. There's nothing really much on YouTube for me to show you. Yes, this guy, Dane Whittington. I think that Jim Lee doesn't understand the United States Constitution that well. Even though he seems to be a patriotic American, but Dane Whittington is right. He does have the right to use the word chemtrail. And the government needs to quit using certain language to deceive us. The government is always saying shit out its ass. And slave speak is no excuse. The government shouldn't use slave speak. It should be illegal for the government to speak differently than their people. That should be a constitutional amendment. That should be an amendment in the United States Constitution that the government is not to speak differently than the United States of America. It's not supposed to speak differently than we the people. It's supposed to communicate with its country, with its own country's language. I'm getting just sick and tired of all the misunderstandings that we go through when we talk to certain people, especially when they are of higher status than we are, and they just act like assholes towards us. The weather, I don't know what it's about the weather, but I think the weather's also making me feel fatigued. But at the same time, why didn't I not feel fatigued when I was outside showing you my garden? It's always whenever I'm in my room trying to talk to you, I feel like shit. I hate being in my room. I fucking hate it. That's why I'm outside all the time and not making a lot of videos on YouTube, because I'm being attacked. I have Havana Syndrome. I'm a targeted individual being hit with direct energy weapons. And they like to attack me when I'm in my own house, but they can't attack me, or they just don't like to attack me when I'm outside in the woods and make me have Havana Syndrome out in the woods and make me feel fatigued and have headaches out there. Evidently, the trees are doing a damn good job of protecting me from all of that shit outside. And then they just told me I have an RFID chip inside my body. That's what they fucking just told me. Maybe I do have one. Maybe somebody put an RFID chip in my fucking body, and I'm real pissed off about it. But I don't think that, I think I have nanotechnology, or what you would call gray goo, in my body. Somebody put that in my body. And it explains why I am heavier than I look when I weigh myself. Because evidently, I must have nanotechnology in my body. Something's in there that isn't supposed to be in there, and that's all I can figure. Even my detection meters and everything says that I have fucking metal in my body, and it's horrible. It's just fucking horrible. You see, this is a stud finder. It's supposed to find studs, metal, in the wall in order to show you, the person using it, when you do use something like this, that there is a nail, or that there is a piece of metal behind the wall before you go in with a screwdriver or a nail hammer and hammer or put something in the wall. Well, it thinks that I have, this thing thinks I have metal in my body. This stud finder thinks I'm a stud, a piece of metal. Evidently I have something in my body. I don't know what it is for sure, that's a piece of metal. And it's all from my body, because when I was checking my different body parts, it beeps, beeps, beeps. Look at this. I calibrate it by putting it out in the air, because there's no metal out in the air for it to detect. And watch what happens when I put it on my skin. It thinks it's a metal. It does it everywhere in my body. This right here, right here, right here. Even my fucking legs. It thinks it's a piece of metal. So that's proof that I have nanotechnology gray goo in my body. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. I'm a fucking cyborg now. Congratulations, Savannah. You got a present. You're a cyborg now, like Major Motoko Kusanagi. But the nanotechnology in your body doesn't give you superhuman powers to make you a boss bitch. It just makes you a slave, being mind controlled and MK Ultra with Havana Syndrome, Suffectal VG heterodyning, V2K and shit. So that fuck my life and fuck the people that did this to me. And also, watch this. I have microwaves all over my body. And my friend Tara Potter, she had a person who was a friend that told her that if it gets over 0.13 microwave per centimeter squared, that is a sign that you're being hit with or being exposed to too much microwave radiation. And this guy she was talking about was an expert in this stuff. .45, that's over what he said. Now wondering why my neck hurts. Look how much I'm being hit on the neck. Earlier on today, whenever I had a headache, my neck has been hurting me. It's been hurting me all kinds of ways today. I don't know why. It's horrible. And I didn't wake up with my bad neck. I didn't wake up with neck pain. It just started to happen hours after I woke up. And it got significantly worse when it was afternoon. And that's when I had to go. The noontime, that's when I had to go outside today. .16. They're hitting around my collarbone, my voice box, and my neck. .15. My neck is being hit. The people doing this to me are hitting me with microwave direct energy weapons. For fucking sure. Those are all 3-digit. Another 3-digit on my neck, around my head. Now wondering why I've been having headaches today. I've been microwaved. And I'm getting V2K and they're saying shit to me. And they said shit to me when I was cooking and cleaning in the kitchen today. Like how high that is. This is horrible. I'm being hit hard with this shit. This shit's horrible. That's 2.26 microwave per centimeter square. Damn. And now my back hurts. And my back has been hurting too. And there's no reason for that either. .57. My back is being hurt too. I feel like I want to go back out in the woods again, but I can't because I don't want to get my phone wet. And I don't want to get wet outside either. I also don't want to go outside, out in the woods again. At least not as far out in the woods. But I was, because it will be dark outside pretty soon too. I wish I would be able to go out in the woods again, but I can't, and I'm stuck in my fucking room. And it's lightning outside and thundering. No, I'm not scared of lightning and thunder, and I actually kind of enjoy it. Helps me sleep, and it sounds like heavy metal music, and it's real pretty. But I don't think that going outside in a storm like that is going to be a good idea, especially not in the evening time. If it was the morning time or the noon time in the middle of the day, I would go outside in a thunderstorm, a light thunderstorm, not one of those apocalyptic killer ones. But in one of those just mild, isolated thunderstorms that I know that's going to be done in 10 minutes or at least 5 minutes. I would also go outside if it was raining a little bit without the thunder as well. Because it's better in the summertime to hike, move around outside when it's raining than when it's hot. Because at least when it's raining, I don't put myself at risk of getting a heat stroke and wasting a lot of water to keep myself hydrated. And it's been getting very hot. It's becoming hotter and hotter because the sunlight is stronger, and that's because the sun is stronger. It's a full spectrum, dominant, white diamond sun that has all the electromagnetic spectrum being shined upon the earth. I don't even know what else to say, because I don't plan, and I can't plan because I live with a narcissistic mom with narcissistic personality disorder. And I'm a target individual. Being a target individual makes it harder to plan stuff. I just make these videos at the drop of the hat. I feel like the Joker from Batman, except a good guy instead of the bad guy. I feel like a master of chaos, and everything is chaotic in my target individual life and in my life as a victim of the narcissistic personality disorder mom and victim of my child's syndrome by proxy, that I just have to do things on the drop of that. And that makes it a lot harder for me to do things. I just wish they would just fucking shut up. They've been telling me this kind of stuff. You wish you would live in a utopia. The world's too hard for you, Savannah. They've been telling me this shit. And they even use the name that I use on my YouTube channel and Facebook, Vanna. They call me Vanna. They call me Savannah. They call me all kinds of fucking shit. They use all kinds of terms to call me. They call me dandelion. I don't even know what that is. I think that's the MK Ultra term. I don't know. I'm gonna look it up on the internet right now. I don't think it's an MK Ultra term. I think that I'm jumping to conclusions on this stuff. I'm pulling my own leg on this shit. Or maybe I might find a term close to dandelion, like sunflower. MK, because they do MK Ultra on its target individuals. Everything follows the same formula that MK Ultra does. MK Ultra terms dandelion. Oh, it's fuck. That's not how I spell dandelion. What the fuck? It sounds like dandydillion. Mm. Or maybe it's a term that they just call me in general. Continue. Is there a MK Ultra trigger word or term dandelion? It says no evidence that dandelion is a trigger word associated with MK Ultra. The idea of trigger words, sometimes called post-hypnotic control phrases, does appear in the conspiracy theorists and speculative discussions about MK Ultra and trauma-based, conspiracy theorists, truthers, mind control. These suggestions are words, dandelion. It's possible that this term has been mentioned in online forums or speculative media as part of symbolic or metaphorical programming, but does it appear in MK-Ultra-related material? Some theories link nature-based words like dandelion as symbolic programming things, especially in alleged Wizard of Oz or Alice in Wonderland style mitral narratives, but these are interpretations, not documented facts. My brother and my mother are home because the dogs. Let me see this for sure that they're home. Yes, my mom and my brother are home now. Talk to you later. Take care and have a good night, my fellow targeted individuals of patriotic Americans.